Good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we got another deals pitch. We got a lot of announcements. Stay towards the end. We'll talk about those. Got a lot of deals in the making. Some of you have checked the spreadsheet. You're sending us emails. Thank you for following up for sure. Some of you are listing areas, markets, cities. That's always good because if we don't have inventory, we could have connections. So that's always a good thing, especially out of state. But that being said, is we're doing a lot of behind the scenes work, if you will. That's, is typically the connections, pick up the inventory, put it together, do the due diligence. If it all checks out and it ends up on the spreadsheet, that's how we do our process from our end. So, but let's go over a couple of deals that we have posted on there. And then, like I said, stay towards the end because I am going to share some details with you. So Instagram, I'll turn the camera over. And don't forget, this call is recorded, so you can catch it tomorrow. Don't try to see my whole screen. I know you've seen from Instagram to the screen, but you can ask for the spreadsheet. You can see it on your own time. Take your time, check it out every day. So let's see. A lot of the inventory we are picking up at this time. I mean, it's coming and going, but it's inventory that needs to be moved, which is not a bad thing. But that being said, as some of you, if you don't have any connections with park communities or people that are in need of mobile homes and have their own land, that can also create an issue. But let's see. So the first one is a double wide, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 86 model. It's a Clayton. So I like Claytons. Clayton's, Horton, Fleetwood, some of the best makes. I mean, you got all kinds out there, Crestwood, and solid units. Solid units. They're known to last, especially the Hortons. Hortons, I would say, is probably the number one. So we actually have a potential Horton factory that we may be doing a tour. Now, the an actual factory is the ones that actually build these things. So we may be doing something like this. So, but this one does need to be moved. So now, how you can work with us as always is bring us a buyer. Bring us a buyer. If you know somebody that's in the area buying, any park communities, and I mean, you can reach out, do some research, Google mobile home parks in Augusta or nearby, and call and ask them, do you have any vacant pads? Are you looking to infill? Are you looking to buy? Et cetera. And that's how you can create a finder's fee with us on here. So solid unit needs some work. Somebody started gutting it the inside. Got an inside, didn't go much further than that. Looks like they did install real lumber, or yeah, real lumber. So that's a plus. Something unless you have to rehab. And water heater looks now that we've gone tankless water heaters, that's like this. I see these things like a monstrosity. It's so big. It takes so much. I mean, it takes an entire little closet that to store one of these things. And even when we were doing a lot more of these water heaters, which we typically were going with the 40, 50 short boys, they call them. They're the shorter of water heaters, but it was always the goal to put them under the house. It's anything that can leak inside the mobile home. I don't want it inside the mobile home. We do not do appliances, but if we ever did a fridge, for instance, I would personally make sure that it did not have a ice maker because that's one more hose, that's one more avenue of water obviously going in that can leak. Okay, not saying it will, but it can. But anyway, when I see these, that looks like a very nice water heater, probably in good condition. Go with it, but yeah, tankless water heaters. Y'all check that out. The tankless water heaters are endless hot water, and they're half the price of a water heater. So no brainer. I mean, you can put those things anywhere. So, all right, that's number one. Now let's go into Chatsworth. Now we're going North Georgia. This is a single wide 3 bed, 1.5 bathroom, 1.5 bathroom. It's a 97 chandelier. See, there's another model, decent. 16 by 80. Now, 16 by 80 is the biggest single wides they make. So this is definitely, and metal on metal. You can't go wrong with metal on metal, meaning metal siding, metal roof. Okay. Uh, Titles for both of them, of course, we have. And of course, the double wide has two titles because it's two single wides put together. Don't forget that. So, okay. All right. Macon 73. This one has been pending. It doesn't say it on here, but this we've actually been waiting on. And the reason behind it is the homeowner is actually buying a house. Well, one of those situations where they're buying a house, the bank is delaying, they're not doing the closing, they want to sell, but they're still living in it. Just kind of hold back and forth. And that's real estate. Real estate's always there's some delay, somebody dropped the ball, some attorney didn't sign this, the bank didn't, but Now, my understanding is at the end of June, it will be available. Now, this mobile home can stay in the community. It's in a mobile home park. Lot rent is 450. It includes trash, by the way. We can put that on there, or it can be moved. Okay, it can be moved, which we should talk about mobile homes that can or can't be moved. I'm going to talk about that. Yes, making notes. Somebody remind me. Okay. All right, some of these, and I don't think you can see them, Warner Robins homes, and they are purposely hidden for a reason. So Lot 72, Atlanta, Georgia, that's one we are going to go ahead and move. Some of these we are moving them into. So here's some behind the scenes. Griffin, Georgia, we have a total of 70 vacant pads. And what we are doing, and we've done with other communities, is where we can connect with park owners, operators, and we can strike a deal that you pay for the transportation, we'll pay for the home, we'll bring it into the community, we'll offer it to investors. It's like a trio of win and win. They get a mobile home inside the community, we get to move a mobile home from wherever it is into the community, and then an investor gets it. Currently, we are waiting until July 1st before the zoning, the building department, which have been horrific, to finally approve and say, yes, bring the mobile homes into the community. That's 70 vacant pads. That being said, is any of you that finds any mobile home within a 100-mile radius of Griffin, Georgia, let us know. Send it to us. And I mean, some of these you'll find them for free. Move the mobile home and you can have it. You could easily get that mobile home, get the title, bring it to us and say, hey, I sold it to you for 2, 3 grand. That's a couple grand that you can make right there just from, in a sense, wholesale. Okay. So now this one and some of the Carrollton homes, we are not going to wait on for people to come in and buy them and move them to their land. So what we're doing is we've actually located a mover. Turn it against what we're doing. This is what we're talking. Okay. We've located a mover that has a holding lot, meaning a storage in a sense. So we're actually starting to move these mobile homes into the slot until they clear that law so that we can bring them in. Now, what that's going to do is once we do have the mobile homes brought from the lot to the mobile home park, that's where we can offer them to you. So we are starting to rack a lot of these, and that's where you're going to see an upscale of inventory come in as well. Okay. Athens, Georgia, still in the works. That's a community that's being purchased. It was being purchased by one park owners that moved to another park owner. So they're closing documents. You know, you're back to real estate. But when you're talking mobile home parks, it's land. Even though there's personal property, mobile homes on it, you know, you got land. But so those will be coming. I would say at the end of June, maybe we should see some openings on that. It's close to 25 mobile homes will be available. Warner Robins, another one also close to 20 mobile homes in a whole different community. And those are not going to last. You know, the 7 we had down in Warner Robins, Moody Road, okay, lasted a total of about 6 days. So no brainer. Great market, rental, rent to own, lease options. I mean, you name it. And a lot of these communities, they're allowing so much of us to be doing subleasing. So again, no brainer on that. Greenville, South Carolina, that's another market. Got around 17. I want to say probably a little bit less than that. I've seen some of the videos, photos that are being sent to me, and some of those teardowns. I mean, you're gonna have to, you know, demo. And I hate demoing mobile homes, by the way. I like to think that I can rehab every mobile home that comes by, but some are too far gone. Okay, so, but I would say probably a good 15 units. Greenville, South Carolina, that's another hot market. Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson, I mean, hot areas, very hot areas. Okay, let me talk real quick. And this is not Sunday coaching, but I do want to cover something because I'm seeing this a lot, and specifically in one mobile home park in Dublin. Okay, Dublin, Georgia. So here's what happens. Where's my camera? Stop sharing. Okay. Any community that tells you as an investor, yes, we allow you to come in, do subleasing, we'll sell you mobile homes, you can buy whatever, okay? But there is a rule and regulations that we have in place on our lease agreement that says you cannot move the mobile home out of the community. Okay, well, that's called a fraud, okay, per our attorneys, number one. Now, some of these communities have gotten creative and said, well, if I can get an investor to come in, I'll basically give them the mobile home for free. They'll have to rehab it. They can bring tenants, buyers, whoever, but they cannot move the mobile home for 5 years or 7 years. And we used to do this. We used to go with it. This is why you check with your attorneys. What things are always changing. Okay. We had an issue in South Carolina where it was a park operator who had that issue with an investor. He sold the mobile home to an investor for little to nothing. Okay. The investor came in, he rehabbed it, made it livable, presentable, just like every other deal he does. He turned around and then sold it to an end buyer. Okay. Now the end buyer paid cash in full, 25K. There you go. The end buyer moved in, lived there about 3 months, and then just randomly moved the mobile home out. Now, this was all within a time period of less than half a year. So now the park owner, of course, is screaming bloody murder. Hey, you taking the home out of the park. You owe me 7 years worth of lot rent. That's a safety cushion of them saying, I'm going to secure myself for 7 years. That'd be a beautiful thing if you could do such, but there's no such thing as a lease on anyone that you can do for that extended time in any state that we're working on. I mean, you're talking, that's more like a commercial restaurant business, 10 years, 15 years, that's one thing. Another thing that's an issue is the lease agreement is never on the home. So there's no such thing as I'm going to keep a mobile home here for 7 years, a year, or even a month, because the agreement is always on the person. So as per our attorneys, the best that they can do, talking about park operators, and I know some park operators are going to come on here and comments and emails. I can hear it tomorrow. 12 months is typically a year. Okay. Most are starting to now go into a month in case they have to evict, different ways they're trying to secure it. They can do month to month or do a 12-month on the person. Now, what that's going to do then is if, let's say, the same scenario of South Carolina, 6 months into it, the mobile home gets pulled out. Okay. Now the respectful thing is obviously to let the park owners know. I would say within 2 months, I'm moving it out. If they move it out within 6 months and there's 6 months remaining, then they can go after you in court systems for, hey, you owe me 6 months worth. Will that hold in court? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. But that's about as far as it can go. So the park in Dublin, here's stuff. The park in Dublin went from, and we used to invest heavily there. I had shadow events there. Okay. Many events that we did there. The lot rent, I want to say, was around 250. And I'm talking about 2 years ago. Today, if I'm correct, the lot rent is $550 a month. I know these corporations are coming in, they're big, etc. But what they're doing is exactly what I'm telling you. They're coming in and they're saying, we welcome everybody. Every investor, wholesaler, doesn't matter. And what they do is they trap them on this lease of, you're going to be here secure for 7 years. I mean, again, it's not legal. That's all I'm trying to say. Long story short, it's not legal. Don't let them lock you into something like that. And for those of you that are new, I would highly encourage, before you sign any type of lease agreement, if you don't thoroughly understand what it says, run it by an attorney. Better safe than sorry. Okay. All right. That turned into a whole coaching. Tomorrow, I'll wait the emails that may be in tonight. Jay, why are you talking about this? You're giving them ideas. Stop sharing this. Don't educate them. I'm going to do all the above. Okay. All right. Let's talk about announcements. This call was going to be short today. Like I said, we have not uploaded as much inventory, but we will. Check out the spreadsheet every day. Send us an email. If you're not part of our email campaign, send us an email, because all throughout the week, we're sending reminders, tips, just different things that we talk about, cover, and of course the spreadsheet. If you don't have that, let us know as well. 2 events, other things that we are working on at this time. Now, I'll talk about this on Sunday. So SECO, SECO. SECO is a nationwide, it's a convention. It's a amazing platform where you have mobile home park owners, operators, managers, investors, wholesalers, you name it, all related mobile home investing are going to be in this one site. And I think about that, and I think about this getting started. Why was this not around, or why was I not around this type of places? I like to be in rooms with like-minded people, driven, hungry, trying to succeed, trying to grow. That's what SECO is. And you have some of these guys own 30 parks, 50 parks. I mean, you're talking thousands of pads, which is typically how it's calculated now. Is I don't own 5 parks. I own 200 pads, it's a beautiful thing, 200 doors. Okay. September, I can't give you the specific date. I just had it in mind, but we have our very own link, because we're going to be speaking on stage at the event. We're going to have a roundtable meeting investors, park owners, park operators. And I assure you, if you're trying to make connections, okay, with veterans in this business, that's the event you want to join. I mean, it really, truly is. I mean, it's just left and right. It's like you got people with all kinds of levels of knowledge when it comes to this type of things and ideas. Okay. So come out, connect, network. That's going to be the key word. Network with everybody out there. If you're a part of GMHU, you can set our tables. We're going to be there. Like I said, we are speaking on stage. I don't know which day. We'll be speaking on stage. We'll be speaking every day. Maybe, hopefully. You can definitely join us on that. Okay. But send us I can't put it on Instagram, really doesn't click that. I try to put links on here, it doesn't click that way, but it will be posted on our YouTube. And if you are interested, I think we're actually sending an email come Friday on it as well. So all right, Friday, 1 p.m. A little fun that we're doing. Mobile home confessions raw. Okay, raw footage, unedited. We're talking about the real ins of mobile home investing, and we decided to do it in cars. Why in cars? If we get asked, because I like one and I love the other. Okay, I like cars, but I love mobile homes. One pays for the other. That's how that works. So we decided that every episode we're going to have a different vehicle, just having fun, out driving it, testing it. It's just a fun theory, but it's even more fun to hear the stuff that's going to be covered. Investors. I'm going to have investors that are going to sit with me and they're going to tell you stories. I mean, they're going to tell you the crazy story they've ever dealt with. Tenants, troubled evictions. I mean, you name it. So we're going to open up, if you will. Friday, 1 p.m. EST time, episode number 1 will air, and it will go on every Friday, 1 p.m. for the next 10, 11 episodes. The size, we may just keep on going. We'll see. Okay. But that's going to be fun. Check it out. Comment on that. Send us an email. Give me ideas. Some of you veteran investors out there, if you want to be part of that show, I'd love to connect with you. We'll get whatever cars for that episode. We'll meet up and we'll get to talking. All right. Let's see real quick. Yes, email. Nisi, just send us an email. Send us an email, whatever you're trying to do, and we'll make sure we'll take care of you, me or one of my agents. So we are in the process of moving offices again. So that's another thing. Well, we got so many things in the back scenes, always working on something, but that's how you grow. That's how you grow. So, all right, that's going to do it for this evening. I will see all of you on Saturday. Saturday, June 10th. I almost forgot, my goodness. June 10th, we're going to be in Ball Ground, Georgia, covering mobile homes and land event. Now, that's going to be me and Robert Bogino. One of our investor partner friends is going to be talking about. It's actually his property. He's out there doing the final touches. My understanding is he's dealing with planning and zoning. That's never fun. Planning and zoning is, yeah, they can be a challenge. So he's dealing with that. But join us out there. We will go live on Instagram for a few minutes at 10 a.m. because that's what time the event starts. Virtual is an option. Plenty of seats for that. I think there's only a couple seats remaining for in person. All right. That being said, that's going to do it. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you Saturday morning.